everybody.
What's up, everyone?
I'm Elise Simone.
Shadonica Nicole. Welcome to episode 10,
Yes.
the last episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot.
It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week. From the weather acting stupid to just everything.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Yes. It's been a week.
I had a good 5-hour panic attack.
I did too.
I mean,
I literally did too. I was asleep by 9:30 last night, but I woke up at 6:45, and I've been up ever since. I
did go to sleep early last night to the point where I felt like I was in such a deep sleep that even though I woke up an hour later, I thought it was the next day. I really did. So I was looking at my phone, and then I was responding back to texts and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, it's only been an hour, and I just been up in this bed. Yeah, I was out.
Yeah.
After that, though, I was out. That's probably the earliest I've been to sleep in I don't know how long.
Yeah, me too.
Because normally it's I'm a 1 a.m.er.
Yeah, I'm more 2:30 or 3.
Yeah.
And back up at 5.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's been wild.
I think we in the Gatorade still, or no?
I don't. Yeah, I think so. I think we still in Gatorade. But today is supposed to be the first day of spring, so I mean it was 80 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's still scary to be 80 degrees in Missouri in March. That's wild.
Yeah, and then it's already snowed.
We had snow, rain, and hail. 80 degrees and hail all in the same week.
Yeah.
Talk about bipolar.
We don't know what to wear. We got to change 5 times a day.
Right.
Because in the morning it's freezing. By noon it's about 60. By 3 o'clock it's on hail.
Yep.
And then by about 6, 7 it's back to being cold. Yeah. So it's just.
Yeah.
And then we might have a blizzard. Who knows?
Or a tornado.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Didn't we have one?
I think we did.
I think
it was close by.
Yeah.
It was somewhere close to us. We had one.
Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "Shit, I'm in the bed." If it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
I slept through the last tornado we had. And it literally touched down a mile away from where we was living at, and I was knocked.
Yeah.
Woke up the next day and we drove through the damage or whatever, and I was like, "What? All this happened around us." I was knocked. I'm glad though, because I would have been freaking out if I wasn't, probably. Yeah. So it's a good thing. It is a good thing.
It's just nowadays I really don't be caring. I'm like, oh,
because it is what it is. Because what I'm gonna do?
Right. I'm not getting in the tub.
Ain't got no basement.
I don't have no shelter to take. No shelter. So I mean, I'm just gonna be a goner.
Right. And I think I was on the phone with somebody and they was like, "Do you have a basement?" I was like, "The basement is my room. Right. Ain't nobody coming in here with me."
Right.
They just gonna be out there. They been going to the garage because no. This is my space. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm still finalizing book stuff. Finally my coach walked me through some stuff. I'm so grateful for coaches that know how to do technical stuff. You know what I'm really grateful for? I'm grateful for the share your screen option because my goodness, it has saved me. Because when you be telling me to do stuff and I'm like, do what? And she just be like, "Ma'am, share your screen."
Yeah.
And I can give her access, and she just walk boop 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 boop. Just do it. Hook it up.
Yeah.
Hook it up, because I can't do it. That's why I'm the writer. Yes.
I don't even like to do it, and I'm a techie person. But I just get frustrated because everything be changing. I be mad when the stuff that you used to know how to do, you don't even know how to do no more because they've changed it so much. I be like, bro. Okay.
So what are we on today? What are we talking about?
I don't even know. I think I've been wrestling with myself because I have not, which I know it's going to take some time, but I have not been able to adjust back to working 5 days a week. And that shit is like life and death.
It's for the birds.
It is. It is so stupid. Like, to literally getting dressed 5 days out the week these days is just too much.
Yeah.
And I just really don't. I don't be wanting to do that. It's like I'm excited to go to my job. It's a great environment, great people. I just don't feel like getting dressed today. Like, and when I've been in a space where I've just had my little weekend blocks and have my weeks to myself to do whatever, and now I gotta work Monday through Friday.
That's a lot.
That shit is so ghetto.
It's a lot.
It is. Like, I gotta think about stuff more than I have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've been too, like, I got a little bit of anxiety because of how things were when the last time that I worked 5 days a week. And but it was, for a different company, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and the environment was completely different, so I think I was just more like, oh, like, I just hope that I'm able to just keep myself together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you will, though, because it's a better environment.
Yeah,
I think you will. Yeah. And then especially like once you get into your actual working, you'll be like,
yeah, like once I get into my groove,
yeah,
of like knowing, but yeah,
that's cool.
it's just been a lot. I've had to take my meds a lot more this week.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
I had to start new meds this week. Well, first time meds, basically. And we was like going back and forth on whether or not, like, I would want to take like a stimulant or something like that. And really, to be honest, I was like, nah, because she was like, if you do take a stimulant, then you'll have to sign this form that says that you're taking it. And that I was like, nah. She was like, because some people, you abuse them. And I was like, okay, which one are we talking about? And so she was talking about like Ritalin and Adderall and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, I don't want none of that anyway.
Right.
Like, I'm not doing that anyway. But then, I'm glad that, I kind of had like that self-awareness to be like, addiction runs in my family. So I don't even want to chance that. I would rather just take something to just, just gradually or whatever. But I had a real big issue with even like getting prescribed something, even though deep down, like we make a joke a lot about how, like my ADHD or whatever, but it's like to actually get the diagnosis and then be like, okay, you got to take something. It was like, it did something to me. Like it, and I'm a mental health advocate. Like I'm all about that. But for me, it was just like, I felt like I've been managing. And now finally it's like, no, you're not. No, you're really not. Like for my therapist to actually come out and say, like, maybe you should get something for that. And I was like, I'ma just breathe, take my ashwagandha, But really it wasn't like I needed to like focus better. Like I didn't realize that I had such an issue with focusing really until I started this book. Like it was like, because I thought, I was getting stuff done, but in a timely manner, maybe not. Like I'm one of those people, like I was getting stuff done, but it was like last minute. Like I wait till the last minute and then I'm like scrambling, So it's like, okay, maybe I do, But then when I took the little evaluation or whatever, and the doctor's like, yes, you do probably have something, And I was like, girl, just say I got it. You know what I'm saying? Just say. So she's really cool, but I was just like, I don't know. And then I had a whole attack because like actually like even just going to get the medicine, I was just like and then when I got it, they was like, do you have any questions for the pharmacist or whatever? And I was like, yeah, like this is my first time taking something like this. I'm nervous. I don't know how it's gonna make me feel. I don't like anything messing with my head or whatever. And he was just so like, yeah, just because he didn't think that it was for me. He thought I was getting it for a child. And he was like, yeah. So normally they take it in the morning, And I was like, with food or whatever. And he was like, yeah, probably with food. And he was like, yeah. So it's not really no real, serious side effects or anything like that. Just make sure you monitor their blood pressure and blah blah. And I was like, it's for me. And he was like, oh, okay. And he was kept going. And I was like, dude, I am scared. Like, I am nervous. Like, I don't know what this is going to do to me. I don't know how it's going to affect my everyday life. Like I'm 50. I'm officially now in perimenopause. So it's like, how is this going to affect me? What is it going to do? And I'm getting all positive feedback, and I actually talked to one of my sisters and she actually takes the same thing. So she's like, it's been a blessing for me or whatever. So, and for her to say that, that kind of did put me at ease. And I YouTube some stuff, read the reviews. And so it was cool. Like, the only thing that I really have to worry about is like making sure that it doesn't drop my blood pressure too low. I don't normally have blood pressure issues anyway. But doctor was just like, just make sure you keep an eye on it, on that part, so, and drowsiness and stuff like that, which I have experienced some of that. But it's like, I don't know if it's that or if I'm just went to bed too early, got up too early, I don't know. So it says it takes like 2 to 5 weeks to like really see changes or differences or whatever, but we'll see. Yeah. I'm compliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it. I'm compliant because I really do want to focus. And I think the part that really hit me was like, dang, like, what if I would have gotten this earlier on? Like, what if I would have gotten this diagnosis like earlier on, like when I was in school? It probably would have helped me. I probably would have got better grades. I probably would have went further. I don't know why all that just started rushing to me, but that's just what it was. Like, dang, like, what if this really does help me and I flourish on it? Like, I could have had, I could have had this a long time ago. Like, right. I could have been helped a long time ago instead of being made to think that I was just hyper or I just didn't want to focus or and I'm just got to thinking about like I think we touched on it last episode, like how many people are really walking around undiagnosed, or how many little kids are just being labeled as hyper or won't sit down, or you just a busybody. That was something that I heard a lot, and it's like, dang, like it was really an issue going on here, that I could have rectified a long time ago. Probably could have helped you and your brother with some certain things, so it's like, dang,
we were the same way.
Yeah, so I'm like, if I would have known this a long time ago, I could have changed the direction of a whole lot of stuff, but everything happens for a reason, and I trust God at the end of the day. So, if this is when he felt like I needed to get it, then I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I always think it's just rough as you get older, because it's like you said, you do have all those thoughts that come back that's like, well, dang. And it makes you think of certain moments, in your life, and you're like, that's probably what I was dealing with. And just didn't even know it. Like, so, or they
like, this is why I used to just randomly get up and walk around my classroom.
Yeah.
And get in trouble. But it's like, I'm bored. Like,
I gotta be moving. Like, I gotta be doing something. It's just, I was just one of those ones where I could sit, I just couldn't focus.
Yes.
So I'd be looking around the room and like everything, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm somewhere else in my mind to where I don't even know what you just said. Yeah. Like, I have no clue as to what is going on right now.
Nothing at all. Not at all.
And it was funny because I had to request my high school transcripts for the school that I applied for, whatever. And I actually looked at them, and I was like, they weren't like too bad, but I could tell like in certain, I guess, like, I'd say, like 10th and 11th grade was when I struggled the most. And it was when I was taking, like, I think it was like world history classes. I was taking like algebra 1 and 2. I was taking like biology. I was just taking all those classes that were just like, I can't focus in any of these classes by any means. And it could even be stuff that I have an interest in. But it's just like, my mind is just not allowing me to go there.
Yeah.
So I could see that like I didn't do terrible, but I struggled the most during those times. Like, and I'm just like,
it could have been so different.
yeah. I really be thinking, and I was talking to my therapist yesterday, and because we had a session, and I felt like I got anxious all over again, talking about anxiety and me having a panic attack and all these things, because I'm just like, dog. And then she was talking to me about different coping mechanisms. I'm like, girl, when I'm anxious, I don't know how to breathe. When I'm anxious, like, I can't just be like, I can't. When I'm like up there already, I can't even if I'm trying to, my body just will not allow me to. So she's like, well, have you tried like the 5 steps, or like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the 5 senses? Girl, I'm already up there. I'm not thinking 5 things that I can hear and 4 things. I am gone already. Like, and I really had to express. She's like, I'm gonna have to like really talk to like my boss about, because usually like these things kind of like work. You can't think that it's like a one size fits all.
No, because it's not.
It's not. It's not. You gonna have to come up with some new shit with me.
Yeah, everybody's anxiety is not. Yeah, it's
like
not
it's not the same. And I feel like as I got older, it just got worse, and it's to a point where it affects me. Like, even when I'm in the beginning stages and I feel it happening, because usually it's like it happens in my hands first. So it's usually like my hands start getting really shaky. Then it's like a whole body type of thing. Like I get lightheaded. I start to like get all the things just like one back to back to back to back. And then by the time I'm there, it's like I'm trying my hardest to keep myself composed. And by this time, that's when like some negative self-talk comes in, because I'm just like, man, I just want this to be over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even like in the space of like, oh, I just want to check myself out. But it's like, I just want this to be over with. Like, why is this still happening? Like, why am I able to go outside and walk around the block, whatever, and I'm still up here? You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a thing where it gets more frustrating for me. It's not even so much of like depression. It's just I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get really fucking sleepy afterwards, and I get depressed and I knock out. And I'm like explaining all of that to her, like, I literally look like this when I'm up here. But sometimes you can tell it, like if you have been around me enough to know when I'm moving around a lot, I'm just trying to like do something to just keep my mind outside of my, you know what I mean? So yeah,
I absolutely know what you mean.
Yeah. So it'd be a lot.
And I've read stuff like anxiety is the result of you not being in the moment. And I'm like, it's like your mind is already somewhere, like you're already in tomorrow when you should be in today. And I'm like, that makes sense. But what about, if that's not it?
Right. What if I really am in the moment?
Yeah.
Because there are moments where I can tell if I do get like a little bit of anxiousness and I am thinking about, then I know where it's coming from. But in the moments where I'm actually in the moment, I'm here, I'm present, and it's still happening. Like even when I go to just different events and stuff like that, and I'm literally like panicking. And I'm like, this has never been me, like not to this extent. You know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I'm able to go to concerts and stuff by myself. I'm able to travel by myself. Now I'm scared to go 2 hours down the highway by myself in the car. And normally I'm on the road. So it's just like dealing with that and trying to figure out what is happening.
Well, maybe you need an adjustment in your meds.
Yeah, probably so.
Because you've been on that for a minute.
Yeah, and plus they're like PRNs. Yeah. So like I'm taking them as needed, so they probably don't kick in as much, you know, because I'm taking them as needed. But it's even gotten to a point where like I would just pop them in the morning, like first thing after I get up, because I don't even want to deal with the
That's probably what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Especially when you can't, when it's across, when it's all over the board like that, you don't
mhm.
have a definite of when, like, this is what happens when I'm getting ready to, or this is what's going on. Like, you probably should be taking them like that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would talk to my therapist about that.
Yeah, I definitely did. I'm like, we're definitely gonna have to switch some things around and make some adjustments because I don't like
Because it
instantly
affects your
waking up.
whole quality of life.
It does, and then it's like as soon as I wake up, why am I struggling? Right? I literally just woke up, bro.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Like, waking up gives me anxiety?
Seriously. So that's why, I was saying like I got nervous with going back to work, more, throughout the week because I know how anxiety affected me when I was working Monday through Friday. And that was a huge reason why I went to just working on the weekends because I'm like, look, if I can just work, have my little couple days, whatever, So it was just kind of like that in the back of my mind. Like, I don't want it to affect my job.
Yeah.
Especially when it's one that I actually like.
Yeah. I get that. And I was kind of worried about that too, getting on these meds because, she was like, do you have problems focusing like when you're at work? And I was like, well, I'm a hands-on, I'm a service provider. So it's like when I'm in that, I'm in it, but my mind does still wander, so I'm like, okay, is this going to make me like, because when they say stuff like to help you focus, like, is this gonna make me more of an aggressive therapist, or is it gonna, I don't know. Like, I'm concerned to see, how it's gonna work, like, as far as my job goes, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely a change. A lot is changing.
Yeah, and I started to become like I started like paying way more attention to everything I was doing. Like, this was all just yesterday. Like, I was just like, I was nitpicking at every single thing that I was doing, like, just by myself. Like, if I'm reading something, or if I'm trying to write something, or if I'm driving or something, it's like I'm trying to make sure that I'm focusing. But it's like, because ever since you told me I got problems focusing, now I'm trying to focus. Right. It's like, it's crazy. It was crazy. Like, I couldn't get home fast enough just to sit down and just. And then, people are like, it's a good thing. And, we all probably need, like, I don't want to hear that right now. I don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear that right now. Because I ain't talking about we all. I'm talking about me.
Right.
I'm talking about me, the girl that's known to get shit done and keep going on to the next, and the strong one, and the one nobody got to worry about. And like, I'm that girl. Like, I'm not used to this, even though I don't have I don't knock nobody that does. But it's like, this is me we're talking about here. Yeah. And so maybe this is, this is God's way of kind of knocking me down a notch and telling me, like, no, you need help too. Yeah. So I thought, because I was in therapy and I was working through stuff through therapy and talking stuff out, I thought that was all I needed. But evidently, I guess not.
Yeah. I definitely know I need to go be seen again. And it can be just a whole new experience that I'm having or whatever. Like, just take the job for an example. And I'm there, but I'm focused on so many other things. Like, I'm here, I'm present, I want to be here, but I'm
wandering, still wandering.
Right. What?
Yeah. And it's not like I could do anything. Like you said, you love the job. It's great. So it's not like I want to be somewhere else. It's just my mind is somewhere else. Like, I was watching, I was on Instagram and I was looking at Jess Hilarious. Like, she does those ADHD thoughts. Like, she does those. And that's literally how my mind goes sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then there are other times where I'm like, yeah, like if I'm coaching somebody, or if I'm, I'm on a coaching call, or like we're doing this like right now, like, it's like, yeah, I'm here and I'm present, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I probably could be a little bit more zeroed in, you know, but it's like, dang, like, could I, or is this just me? Like, this, my mind just, it just goes. Like, my ex used to tell me that all the time. Like, sometimes he'd be like, sometimes I watch you when you sleep, and he's like, I can tell your brain is going even when you're sleeping. And I'm like, first of all, why you watching me sleep? But second, like, what is that? Weird, right? But second, like, what does that look like? You know? And he's like, I can see your eyes moving, and I'm like, and I'm sleep, you know? But he's like, I can see your eyes moving. He's like, I could tell, like, and even when you say, even like if you turn the TV off and you say you tired, you going to sleep and you roll over or whatever, he's like, you still don't go right to sleep. Like, you toss, you turn, you do all that, and I'm just like,
yeah. I really do admire those people that can shut their eyes and instantly go to sleep.
Man, I want to slap them sometimes.
Me
like,
too. When I was in a relationship,
oh my God,
I was like, get out.
Yeah, for real. Because why?
And you over here sleeping like you ain't slept in 30 days and 30
Man,
nights.
Man, you sleeping like you just worked a 12-hour shift on the railroad or something.
For real.
Like you just
you
had
worked on the underground railroad.
Yeah, for real. You just and snoring and gone. And I just,
this whole place could blow up right
and
now,
you gone.
and you still gonna be sleeping.
Gone. Yep.
How do I hear you from the other room?
Man, now that's some sleep apnea stuff going on right there. Like, that's some crazy stuff. Even, and my ex had sleep apnea too, and he would be through the mask, dude. Go get it adjusted, please.
And I know I snore, but I don't snore like that.
Man, I didn't think I did either, but
I don't know. I might.
I got a CPAP now too, so yeah. But I dropped some weight because that has a lot to do with it as well. I did drop some weight, and I don't have. I mean, I still have it, but it's probably time for me to go back and do another study. But I mean, I don't have near as many issues. Like, I'm not. I could tell back then that it was a problem because I would get like a full 6-7 hours, but I would still be sleepy. I would still be super tired throughout the day. So yeah, I could tell then. But now, like, I've dropped some weight. You know, my environment has changed. And I'm good.
Yeah, I definitely know. I just now need to drop some weight for sure. I know it contributes to my sleep for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just be really. I admire those types of people because I just be laying there.
Just all kinds of stuff just going through your mind, like and and this and I mean, and it just be
and like it's normal.
Yeah,
I would love to be asleep right now, but
just not gonna happen that way. That's why I'm so thrown at myself now that I'm like, especially last night when I just sat down and I was out by 9:30, and I was like, wow, because I woke up like, and it was like 5, and I was like, oh. And then I woke up at 6:45, and I was just up. Yeah. So I was like, well, I might as well do something.
Yeah, I think I went about like 10 something. And yeah, woke up early. And then once I went back to sleep, I was done.
So we were talking about at work yesterday. One of my coworkers was talking about how she lived in a haunted house.
In a haunted house?
She used to live in a haunted. Her house that she used to live in, she thought was haunted. And she was talking about how she had a spiritual person come in and sage and
do what they do.
Because she was like, I'm pretty sure I could probably do it, but I don't want to do it wrong because I know you got to open the windows and all that kind of stuff. And you know me, I'm intrigued, but I'm also a Christian. So I was like, okay, so talk to me and tell me, you know, because it was dudes that was standing there, and he was like, have you ever done a Ouija board? And I was like, no.
Anybody can do all that.
Ain't nobody doing all that. He was like, I don't want to do it either, but you know. And I'm just like, I just don't. I'm gonna just be honest. I was like, I think it's demonic, and you really conjuring up some stuff that you don't know nothing about. And I feel like if you don't know nothing about it and you're not skilled or trained and things like that, which I don't know why you would be, but I know there's people that are, but you shouldn't be messing with it. And so we got to talking about, like, she said, you know, her grandmother passed away and she really loved strawberries. And she was like, she got all this strawberry stuff and she's got like a tattoo or something like that. But she was like, one of her clients came in to see her last week, and unbeknownst to her, the client was a medium. So the client was like, can I ask you something? You don't mind if I ask you something? And she was like, sure. And she was like, I'm getting a strong, it's some, I'm paraphrasing because might not, but she was like, I'm getting a strong sense of, you know, somebody around you just really loves strawberries. And she was like, she had no idea about my grandmother. Like, my tattoo was covered up. Like, she didn't know. And so we just got to talking about it. And I was like, I don't really know what to say about that because I'm not skilled or trained in that area. I just know that the Bible says to leave the dead where they at. You know, and like in our culture, you know, you got a bunch of people walking around like worshiping the ancestors and talking to the ancestors and putting up altars to the ancestors and all that. And the Bible says leave the dead where they at. So and I believe God's word, and that's what I go by. However, I'm not going to go out and say that I don't think sometimes they are around us. Because, you know, my dad just passed away in November, and it's like, he was a big fan of the Cardinals, and like ever since he's been gone, like our backyard is full of them. Could be the specific trees, I don't know, but our backyard is full of them. And I can't help but to think, like, maybe it's just my emotions and my feelings want me, you know, I want to believe that my dad's still around. You know, even though it's a weird thought, because why are you still here? You should be going on about your business, doing what you're doing, whatever. But it's like, it's got to be something. Like, even things like his favorite chair out on the deck. We have moved that chair up against the table, turned it to face the table, but it never fails. When we go out there, it's always turned back and face the way that he used to sit. So it's kind of a struggle for me to believe that, you know, he's not there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know he's not, but it's still like something's there. And I hate to think that it's something demonic, you know, because that's not even my dad. But it's like these little signs, you know. So I want to do a little bit more studying on that for real, because it's a lot of people that believe that. Like, it's a lot of people that believe, you know, my mom came to me in a dream, you know, stuff like, they say stuff like that. But then when you do study it, you know, it's like, it really wasn't, because the devil, you know, like, spirits, they know what's familiar. And so they'll come to you in something that's familiar to make you think that that's what's going on, you know. So I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm always kind of torn about it. And I have seen people um that do what you were saying, like that go into people's houses and do stuff like that. But I've only seen it happening from people that were like, a lot of them were people that lived like in New Orleans, you know, and that type of, you know, area, to where they grew up into that type of, you know what I'm saying? They do stuff like that just by nature, you know? So I've only really seen people, like, I don't see people around here doing nothing like that, but I have seen people do it. And I have, you know, seen people like give testimonials afterwards to be like, you know, my space feels a lot more clear because you don't know who was living in there before you and all that types of stuff. So, you know,
and it's the same as like whenever, because I remember when this husband and wife pastor team at our old church, they bought their new house, and they invited the pastor and people from the church to come over and like just walk through the house and pray. And put anointing oil, like it's the same, like anointing oil, you know, that's kind of like the same thing, but it's like it is different, because I guess because
they have different like teachings and,
yeah,
and practices that they use. Um I think the thing that gets people confused is because it doesn't really come from a religious standpoint, but a spiritual standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what kind of throws people off,
Mm-hmm.
which I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's always weird.
It is, and it's a
Like when,
real touchy. It's a
yeah, it
real
is.
touchy subject with people, especially non-believers. You know, because I know that they like. I don't think the girl that I'm not even gonna get into it, but especially non-believers, you know, in Christ, you know, they like to tell you all the stuff that's wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that I'm looking for some type of, you know, approval or anything. I'm just want to have a conversation about it, and I just want you to be able to tell me what's wrong about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is it wrong? Why is it, you know, show me. And I see, you know, in the Bible, you know, it talks about, you know, magic and witchcraft and all those things, but it's like, okay, then explain the other stuff that we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, because I've heard people say stuff like, you know, they talk about, Christians talk about, you know, witchcraft and rituals when y'all clearly take communion and
Mm-hmm.
it's the body and the blood. And it's like, okay, let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to talk about it because I'm, you know, still new and learning stuff like that myself, you know, with the Bible. So I want to know, like, let's talk about it. Like, I want to know. So but I'm not one of those people that's gonna be arguing. I'm just not.
Yeah, and that's where nobody's hearing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. I think it's necessary for people to have those types of conversations, and I feel like a lot of it does resemble each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in different ways. So it's like, is it necessarily wrong? Is there a wrong or right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there just this is the way that you've always known how to do it? Is it, this is how you grew up? Like, there's so many factors that play into stuff like that. So, I mean,
And
I feel
there's
like whatever works for you is whatever works for you.
but there's also a lot of false information out there too.
Oh, yeah, of
And
course.
especially with like social media being as high up there as it is right now, and
Mm,
everybody's got something to say, and everybody's got an opinion, and everybody thinks they're right. It's like, so it's really hard to really have healthy discussions around it when people
mm,
just want to argue.
yeah. You got to be around those ones that, like, actually, I mean, truly practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always practiced versus the ones that
Are just
just
new
now
to
getting
it.
into it
Yeah.
and don't really know.
And they're just repeating stuff that they
Yeah.
saw somebody say on social media.
Yeah.
Because I know
That's.
believers that have been like, grew up in church, been in church. It's always been about God. It's always God, you know, my savior and all this. And then the next thing you know, they see something on social media and it's like, well, I don't really know what's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't get with them people. I mean, and whatever, like, believe what you want to believe, whatever. But I'm believing Jesus. I believe that he died for me, you know, and I believe that God is the creator of all things. Because my thing is this: people want to, the universe, and this, that, and the other. Who do you think created the universe?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you want to give the universe credit for something that, like, people want to go to God's creation
Mm-hmm.
for the things that they want, when why don't you just go to the creator?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all because we can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you can't see your ancestors either.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't think I want to, because they're dead. Like, I don't think I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but Jesus is alive, and I believe that. And that's what, when we start to get into stuff like that, that's just what I say, and I leave it at that, because I have learned my lesson with arguing with people about stuff like that, because I'm not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not really what, you know, we're supposed to do as Christians. We're not supposed to be arguing back and forth about it. You prove your point and you go on about your business, you know, and that's just what I do. But I'm always skeptical. Like, if I walk in your house and you got a whole plate of food sitting out for your grandma
Yeah.
that's not here no more,
It's definitely
well, I'm gonna be looking around for roaches, because what,
right.
like, what are we doing? I mean, are we waiting on her to come eat? I mean, what are we doing? Like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. And no shade at nobody or whatever. But if you feel away, you just feel away. Hit me in the comments. I don't care. But I just, yeah, that's not my thing. That's not my thing.
My thing is, I've always just been really a curious person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I would want to go like on them retreats because that's just me. I like doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like like especially when you go to places like Bali and being like in those like Caribbean type
Mm-hmm.
places where they actually hold spaces for people like that, like they'll have like the meditations and all the things or whatever, and they do their stuff. I just want to see like how it all how it
Mm-hmm.
all comes about. Like I would do something like that just because I don't know much about it, but I would want to see it from people that actually practice
They
this on a
actually
day-to-day
do it.
basis
Yeah.
versus seeing them on TikTok, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna believe what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Yeah, and I feel like there's truth to all of it. Like meditation, especially, like you hear people, some Christians talk against it, but I meditate on the Word of God. Like I don't sit there and be trying to empty my mind and all, because first of all, we just talked about me not being able to focus. Okay. So, but I choose, like, I have my thing that I do. Like, I wake in the morning, I try to give God the first part of my day. Not saying that I'm consistent with it all the time, but I try to give God at least the first hour or however long it takes of my day. I read my word, I pray, and I meditate on the things that I read in the word. And so that's my version. Like, even with the kind of work that I do, some people frown upon that. Like, some Christians frown upon that, like massage therapy and yoga and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, there are people out here that are trying to tap in to stuff like that. But so now you telling me I can't stretch?
Right.
Like, I believe it's all about your perspective. It's all about what are you trying to do when you're doing it.
And yeah, I feel like that's the whole meaning of all of it, really. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's necessarily bad unless you trying to conjure up some
Yeah.
shit that don't need to be conjured up. Like then
Yeah.
we got to talk about that, because
Yeah.
there is a very much thing as spell work. That shit is very much real, and
Mm-hmm.
people can do some shit to you if they really wanted to. If they
Yeah.
really know how to do it, they could really do some shit if they wanted to.
Like
So
the power of the tongue, that's
yeah,
real. Like,
so I feel like I don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just like it's all really like your intentions behind it.
yeah.
You know, like I mean,
Yeah.
shit, do what you do.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it gives you a sense of peace
Mm,
in all this chaos that we living in, shit, do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but I do also think, especially now, like there's such, just on YouTube this morning, there are all right, I'm a little irritated because it's almost like it's become a fad
Mm-hmm.
to talk about God now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's a preacher, everybody's an evangelist, everybody has a Christian channel,
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a Christian podcast. Like it's become a fad now. Like people are literally getting rich
Mm-hmm.
and becoming public figures and famous off of God. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I believe there's a certain responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge responsibility that comes along with that. And there's a lot of people out here who are misusing it,
Mm-hmm.
and that bothers me because it's like there's no line, there's nothing. Like it used to be us and then them, like, so to speak, us and then them. Now it's all like, you got to really decipher, you got to really have discernment, you got to really dig through some stuff to make sure that you are getting the correct message and you're getting what you're supposed to be getting, because these people out here, they just using God, they just playing with God. Like, I saw, and people just they just I saw something today where these people were like having, I think it was like a bonfire or
Mm-hmm.
something, and they were like, they had like a communion tray
Mm-hmm.
with the little glasses on it, but they were like shots of alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and they're passing it around, and I'm like, y'all gonna quit playing? Like, y'all need to quit playing. Like, if you don't believe, okay, cool, but don't be playing.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, don't be playing. Just don't be playing. And I have checked myself, like I've tried to become more cognizant of the things that I say and do, and I'm, work in progress just like everybody else, but I'm trying to be more disciplined and trying to make sure that, I'm moving the right way or talking the right way or walking the right way, just doing the right things, period. Because it's so easy to get caught up in the wrong things. Like that's how the devil is. Like it's so easy. He makes it so easy. And like you don't want to get caught up because if you do, like, especially if you stay caught up, like it's so hard to get out of. It's really hard. Especially because all is, and you hear people say it all the time, all the stuff that's good for us, all the stuff that's supposed to be bad for us is good. It's fun. It's all those things. And it's like, dang, like, and you don't want to be like stuck up and boring and all that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. It's really weird out here in these streets. It's really weird out here. Trying to be right, trying to do the right thing, trying to say the right things, trying to be, Christ like. It's like, it's hard. It is. That's why when people, and actually, did I tell you that I talked to my brother? And I actually got on a live.
Did you really?
Yes, I got on live. And bro, like he has built a serious platform over there.
Oh yeah, I did see. I did see when he was live, but I didn't like.
Oh
Tap
yeah,
into it.
they go in over there. And I am not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed it because it was straight up Bible based. Like, and we got into some deep conversations, and like they get on there and they read the word. They somebody got a commentary, somebody got they study. Yeah. They really do study. And I was,
so it's not like the lives he was doing on
no,
Facebook. Okay,
no, not at all. He's got some true believers over there. And it was a really good conversation because I was like, I mean, I got involved, so I was just like, yeah, most people, it's hard. They think it's easy. When you decide, and this is one of the things that we talked about, when you decide that you're gonna follow Christ, everybody thinks that life gets easier. No, it gets harder. Much harder, because there's so many things that you have to let go of. There's so many things that you have to cut away, and it's like, now you really got to be dialed in, and we talked about that, and we talked about like, gosh, I just lost my thought. Come on, this medicine's not working. I'm supposed to be focused. But no, we talked about like just, it's not easy. It's just really not an easy thing to do. And people think you're boring now, or people think you ain't fun no more. And it's like, no, you just in the wrong community. At that point, you just in the wrong community. And so it was, I felt good because, I had been actually looking for space like that, because there's still things that I'm trying to learn. And, there's nobody around us or, that's even remotely doing anything like that. So I was excited to be in the live because, that's what they talked about, and they pray for each other. And, they talk about what each other has going on in their lives. And they pray for them. They make a conscious decision right then and there, like pray for them, and encourage each other and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah. And I think I went in. He had invited me in another time too, but most of the time when he invites me in, I'm usually working, so I'm not able to do it. But I plan on getting back on again, and it's like he even sounded different. Like his talk, like he's still crazy, still whatever. But even the way he talked was different. Like I could definitely see a difference, a change. So it was pretty cool. It was cool.
That's good.
Yeah. So I know we just been talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
Random stuff.
We 54 minutes in. We should.
Yeah, we good. I mean, yeah. Just I hope that we have been able to touch at least one person. We're definitely going to be coming harder with topics next season. I hope that it sparked dialogue. I hope you guys feel like you got to know us better. We got to share our stories. We didn't. Oh yeah, we never did redo my interview one where you interviewed me, because we never got to post that one. Remember?
You didn't?
Remember something happened to it. I think it was
Oh
distorted or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, something that happened. Yeah, something did happen to
Yeah,
it.
but you still got to know me. I got in my solo episode. I got to share, my story, and when we come back next season, my book will be out, and I'll be doing some stuff with that, and hopefully bestseller,
Right.
most definitely. And I'm actually decided that I'm gonna do. I gotta show you it too. I'm gonna do a bundle. There's only gonna be 10 bundles for the inaugural release. I'm giving away, well, not giving away, I'm adding a journal to it, and it's a journal that I made myself. And so it's only going to be 10 of them. So you're going to have to get in on the pre-order, because I'm releasing that right after I release the actual pre-order. So you have to get in if you want to get one of those. It's coming with a special journal with it. So yeah, I'm excited about that too. So yeah.
A lot of good things coming. A lot of good things coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Like, just follow us on our social medias and
Yep. Did you put them in the
keep up
last
with us.
episode? Yep.
Keep up with us and
Keep up with us on social media. Watch out for the shorts that we'll be dropping here on YouTube.
yeah.
And just stay in tune. Comment, like, subscribe, share the videos if you feel like something hit you or something resonated with you, or you think it'll resonate with somebody else. Like, share it out. We want to hear feedback. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see y'all next season.
Bye.
Bye.